Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. I am Coach Shaun from Life Coach Philippines, and this is coaching for sane parenting. And this coaching conversation is for parents with teenage children who are wanting to create a mentally fit environment at home. And my mission is to be able to help 1 million parents create a mentally fit ecology so that they can have a peaceful and harmonious relationship with their children, with their siblings, and also any part of the family members. Yan, yung mga parents and as well, giving peace and thanking the parents out there. Thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints in the comment section below. Just put it in there. Let me know where you're coming from. Saan ba kayo this morning, this Thursday morning? Where are you at? Please do tag your friend and circulate this video to help reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing with you today or to this session. You may also give your shout outs to people that you want to greet or to reach out. Give them some inspiring message. It's the latter part of the week, and it's a great way for us to be able to inspire some of our friends in there, the social media space, and just give them some boost for them to be able to increase the way that they see themselves, and also the way that they see the current day, especially kung madaming work tayo dyan. And there's a lot of things that we're doing right now and the work we do, stresses and pressures. Just calm a little bit, spend some time with me. Let's have a conversation on how you can better improve your relationship with your teenage children. Di ba? Pag teenage children, may sarili-sarili nila silang mundo. And if we can support them, I think that would really change the way that we feel confident about they're going to be okay in the future. So if you're watching this on a replay, of course, in the future, please tag or type in their hashtag replay. And I'm streaming by a FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube Coach AI Connect. If you are new to the platform, if this is the first time you're seeing us on a shared link, please like, follow, and subscribe in this page. All right? So maraming salamat. Good morning. Of course, my better half is here. Coach Rizal, good morning. Maraming salamat for joining me. Thank you for joining me again. I'm going to talk about parenting connection and how to have a constructive conversation with your teenager. Like, how are you currently communicating with your teenage kid? Yeah. Are you having that interaction? Are you having that deep emotional connection with them? And are you able to understand them so that they understand you in the process? So if you know someone, maybe you know someone, you have friends in there that would need to hear this to help their teens out there to have a better connection, to be more confident, to be more at peace that your children will do well as they progress in their life. All right. So what will you learn today? I'm gonna give you, the expectation for today on how you can able to understand your children. Yeah, how to have a deeper understanding of your children. First, I'm going to talk to you about the belief perseverance and how this affects every individual, including you and including me, on how this is not allowing us to progress or grow in our life or in our career, in our relationship, in any part of our life. I'm also going to talk about the types of beliefs perseverance and how this beliefs is hindering us from progressing, from moving forward. I'm also going to talk about why this matters to you, why it matters to to you as a parent, why it matters to you or to your children, and how to have a constructive conversation. Because when you're able to understand your belief perseverance, then it's a much better way for you to have the constructive conversation with your children so that you can understand your children. As I've said, your children can understand you. All right? And last but not the least, what would be the best response for your teenage children when you are about to explode? Yan. Pag mag-i-explode na kayo, pag irritable na kayo at naiinis na kayo, how do you respond in ways that is constructive? Yan. So before I start this talk, I would like to introduce myself first. I am, again, as I've said, I am Coach Shaun. I am the man from Pasig City. So if you are here in Pasig City, if you're near in Pasig City, just let me know. If you want to grab some coffee, you want to exchange some brain cells in there, just let me know. Let's have some coffee at the Cup Coffee Republic. I am a professional CACC life coach and mental health coach from Life Coach Philippines. And my area of focus is in the area of self leadership. And self leadership is our ability to be intentional on the way we feel and the way we think and the way we respond. The way we feel is, are you intentional with the feelings that you show? Are you intentional with the feelings that you share? Are you intentional with the feelings that you know, respond with? And those are the things that we do. Are you intentional with what you are thinking about? Are you being grateful of the things that you have in your life? Are you grateful with the relationship that you have? Are you grateful with the small little things that you see there in front of your screen, or even the phone or maybe the laptop that you're currently using? Are you grateful for that? Oh, or are you allowing yourself to have this growth mindset, having this consumption of things that would help you grow? Or are you consuming things that are trash, and eventually, when you spit that out, you spit out, not so good things? And also, with the way that you act, are you intentional with the kind of experiences that you want? Are you intentional with the kind of memories that you're creating? So that is what self leadership is all about. It's really being you and being intentional about the kind of experiences and the kind of relationship that you want to create. I have been a father for 19 years now. Ayan. I started early in parenting and in fatherhood. I started when I was 19 years old, so I was a teenager. When I started, didn't have any work back then. Started from the bottom, then work my way in my career to be able to create a better future for my children at work. And I was fortunate enough to be able to have a deeper understanding of what parenting is all about. I am the type of parent that doesn't understand what parenting really is. Before, when I was beginning, imagine 19 years old, you know, during those times, I should be just focusing on studies. There's no more work yet, so there's just a lot of different things. And what I'm sharing to you is what I've learned in the 19 years of me being a parent, being a dad, being a father, and giving you some wisdom so that you don't have the same mistakes that I have. Because growing up, no, there's really no manual in parenting. I've learned that if you want to have a deeper understanding of how to parent your children, is your manual is your children. That's why understanding them is far, far better than them understanding you. We need to understand our children first before they can understand us. And that is something that I am teaching you. Yan. Coach Sherry, maraming salamat. Mayor Leonard from the far reaches of the northern part of the Philippines. Thank you for joining me. And I help parents to understand themselves so that they can understand their children. That is what I'm doing to you right now for the past couple of episodes, really to understand you so you understand your children. Right? So if you wanna know more about, if you wanna learn more about parenting, if that is something that you wanna level up, you wanna increase, you wanna get some nuggets, insights, wisdom, knowledge in there, I would like to invite you to my group. It's Effective Parenting Partnership. Just search in there, Effective Parenting Partnership. Just make sure you answer the questions in there. What I do here is I teach parents how to partner with their children. Yes, it's a partnership. But of course, you are the first teacher of the children. If you're able to partner with them, you're able to understand their needs, you're able to understand their desires, and you're able to understand their dreams, then it's a much better relationship because you're able to support them as their journey along. So if that is something that you want to see your children, be successful in their career, be successful in their school, be successful in their relationship, join in. Just answer the questions as you join in there. If you want to know more about, if you are a man watching, maybe you're watching in there but you're silent, you just want to watch in there, you want to know more about how you can have a meaningful and fulfilling life, join me in Inspired Fidelity. This is a page that I have. I go live there and share to you some insights, some nuggets, some wisdom on how to be a man. Sa pananaw ko, how to be a man in this world right now, especially with the you know, changes in the landscape. There's just a lot of changes in the landscape, and the old way of stereotyping what men is all about, that we need to be strong, we need to be this, we need to be that, we need to be providers, we need to be tough, we need not to cry, we need to keep our feelings and emotions at bay. These are the things that we need to start changing, because it's not really allowing us to enjoy our relationship, it's not allowing us to enjoy our dreams and enjoy our work on our desires. And that the case of suicide for men, suicide in the world is 3.6 times higher, than women. So men have high tendency for committing suicide because they're not able to express themselves. They're not able to share their insights. They're not able to share their feelings. And if we're able to start changing that, I tell you, the course of the future would just change, because the children would change as well. Because we have sons in the future. And if we're teaching them how to be stiff, how to be masculine, how to, solve their own problems and what have you, this is not just going to open up our children to start expressing themselves. And they're not going to be vulnerable. They're not going to be sincere about the way they feel. And they're not going to be start expressing themselves. And that is where men have high risks of, doing things that they don't want to do in the first place, but they don't have a choice, because that's the only way that they can express themselves. So for men out there, if you want to start making the change, maybe you want to start doing better. Maybe you want to start being a good son. Let me know. Let's get connected. Let's have a conversation. Let's share some insights. Let's just connect. There no judgment. Safe, secure space. Drop in there. Follow me. Help me out as well to reach more people. To reach more people in the digital space. To reach more people in this world and change this world. Just change the future. Also, if you want to connect with me on a personal level, just add me in. Sean Chong Joya, that's my family. That's my two kids. They're teenagers, age 19 and 15. My son is 15. So I have a son that I need to teach on how to be a real man, not the real man that stereotypes is saying, a real man that expresses themselves, expresses their thoughts, their feelings, their desires to others, so that they do that in their relationship as well. So this is something that you want to connect with me, let me know, message me. If you just want to chat, if you want to drink some coffee, let's go at D Cup Coffee Republic. If you want to do that, that's in Pioneer Center along Pioneer Road, Capitolio, Pasig City, just in front of Bayanihan Center. All right. So thank you. Yeah, Coach Lynn, thank you for joining me. Let's begin. What I said is not what you think, and what I think is not what you said. Let me repeat that. What I said is not what you think, and what I think is not what you said. At times we can get beat, we can be triggered by what our children says, or what they do. That's triggering, yeah. Sometimes it's irritating. Sometimes we would feel that maybe our children are just really intentional irritating us. Have you ever experienced that? Coach Marife, thank you for joining. Have you ever experienced that, Coach Marife, Mayor Leonard, that you feel that your children is irritating you? But in reality is, they're not really irritating us. Yeah. What they're thinking is not really what we think they're thinking. That's really the case. As parents, because of the past experience that we have from our parents, from our caretaker, we tend to get triggered of the conversations or the behaviors that our children do, which engage triggers us to be in war mode. Hindi nga battle mode. Full battle gear and battling with our children. But the reality is, what we tend to hear or see from them is not really what we think. of. And we tend to command our children to ask them to do the things that they need to do. They need to do this. They need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And if they're not able to do it, you'll, rage war with them, and you'll shout at them. You'll spank at them. You'll tell them this not so nice things, just to force them to do something that you want. But eventually, they will not do it, or they will do it with the hatred and this feeling that you're not listening to me, mom. You're not listening to me, dad. And we expect our children to follow us without challenging what we say, without challenging our commands, just to comply, 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 comply. But the reality is, this is no longer serving us in this season. It's no longer serving us in the age of digitalization, in the age which information is in the palm of your hands, and you can easily, and our kids can easily research it and challenge what you're trying to say to them, because what you're saying to them doesn't hold true on what it's stated in the internet. So how do we change this? How do we start making a change so that our children, when they have this information in the palm of their hands, you as a parent would be able to filter out, to explain to them, to educate them, to tell them that, hey, those things that you're hearing right now or you're reading right now will not serve you. And here's why. When was the last time that you have a conversation with them regarding that? That you're really there not to express judgment, you know, not to reject what they're saying, not to reject their thoughts, their feelings, their desires, their dreams. That you're really there to help them support, or to support them and allow them to verbalize their thoughts, their ideas, their desires, their dreams, so you can finally, as a parent, and hear me out here, listen to them so you understand how you can support them, not in ways that you know how to support them, but in ways that the children would feel that my needs are really, really, really listened to. What I said is not what you think, and what I think is not what you said. You know, 19 years of being a parent has taught me that the things that I know in parenting is not really true. And the things that I read in the internet, in reality, the tips, while some of it holds true, some of it not. That's why I'm teaching you different things that I've experienced so that you can choose the way that works for you, and you can start practicing that and testing it to see which works. That is where the power of coaching comes in, to empower you to make the right decisions, because your manual is your children. So these are the beliefs that we have as a parent, which is not helping us to be a better version as a parent. So how do we change? How do we start to make the change so that our children can start thriving in life? Will not experience the screw up that we have. That will not F up in the future, in their relationship, in their career, being a son, being a daughter, that you would be pleased with them. I'm going to share to you belief perseverance. Maybe you've heard of this. Have you heard for this? Anyone who've heard of this belief perseverance? Thank you, Coach Shaun. I can connect. This is so my growing up years. Yeah. Belief perseverance is where people tend to hold on their beliefs, even when it appears that they shouldn't. You know, Master Coach A has been teaching us this, that if your belief is working, then you should be reaping the fruits of your labor. You should have the results that you have, that you want, that you expect. But if you're not able to achieve that, then something's wrong, of course. So, what are the beliefs that you have that you still hold, hug, and keep close to your heart, but it's not giving you the results that you need? Belief perseverance is the tendency to cling, as I've said a while ago, cling on one's initial belief even after receiving new information that contradicts. There's no more synergy out there, or disconfirms the basis of that belief. Maybe you believe that you're a nice person. Maybe you believe that you're a kind person. Maybe you believe that you have been a good father to your children. But are you seeing the results? Because when you understand that the belief that you have is not serving you, then humility in the process would allow you to accept the reality that, hey, I need to change. I need to make the effort to change. And belief perseverance also, everyone has tried to change someone's belief only to have them stubbornly remain unchanged. Have you ever told your child to do this, do that, but every single day it's the same, the same line, it's the same scene, it's the same conversation? Children can sometimes be stubborn, but the most stubborn person in the mix are, can you guess? It's us. The parents are the ones stubborn, pushing these beliefs to their children when in fact it's not showing the results. I'll share to you three types of belief perseverance. So at least we get a deeper understanding of what belief perseverance is really all about and how is this affecting our relationship and our conversations with our children. The first belief perseverance type is the self-impressions involved belief about the self. This includes everything that you believe about one's look, in your body, from your one's social personality, your social skills, your intelligence is one thing. Yeah. An example of this, for in any individuals, they may be thin, payat sila, and attractive, but may believe that they are overweight or ugly, despite of the ample evidence and the contrary. Like, do you know someone, or maybe for the husbands out there, di ba? You see your wife, and your wife tells you, "Am I fat?" Now that's a trick question, by the way. So don't be careful with your answer, because when you answer that wrong, you're dead. For the husbands, am I thin? Am I fat? Do I look fat? Pag mga asawa dyan, Coach Marife, have you asked that with your husband? Am I fat? Tapos kahit anong sabihin ng husband mo, parang, it's a trap. Avoid at all costs answer or question. And we would rather, yung luto mo, kumusta na? O ganun na lang. Let's redirect it and avoid it at all costs. Number two, type of belief perseverance, the social impressions involve beliefs about other specific people. Social impression involve beliefs about other specific people. And these are the people, the belief that you have about your mother, about your father, about your brother, your best friend, as well as the people they only know through media, like famous actors or singer. So maybe that you know someone In social media, you're been following someone, then you think about, oh, this person is very good, very nice because they do things, yada yada yada. But in the back of that, there's just a lot of different things happening in there. Master Coach A has taught us that the successful people that you see right now, the billionaires, the millionaires, the entrepreneurs, and what have you, what you see right now is the pain, the effort, the suffering, the investment, the time, all of those mistakes that they've created along the way. That's why they're like that. So those are the social impressions. A good example is Bill and Melinda Gates, right? We thought that they were doing well in their relationship. Then eventually, they got separated. Number three is social theories involve beliefs about the way the world works. Yeah. Our beliefs of how these things and this, that, we're talking about stereotyping here. This is what I'm fighting for men. Let's stop stereotyping men. That needs to stop. I'm very adamant about that because that is the one destroying the relationship and the minds of men. Of this kinds of stereotype that we need to be this, we need to be that, we need to be, all of these things. It's just a lot of pressures in our mind and in our heart that is challenging for us to express, because when we express it, people would just deny it, which is a disappointing thing, by the way, if you ask me. Just being sincere. Social theories can include beliefs about the way groups people think, the way they behave, the way they interact, the way they encompass stereotype. I highlighted this a while ago about racial and ethnic groups, religious groups, gender roles, sexual orientations, economic classes, and even various professions. This type of belief of perseverance is also responsible for the belief about political and social issues, including national security, abortion, and healthcare. So, how do you currently see the world? And notice I put in a picture there of the flat earth. Diba? Maybe you're familiar with the flat earth society. They see that as the earth is flat. But if you see it in, videos and space explorations, it's wrong. So think about these types of belief perseverance that you have about different things, because this one creates a foundation of how you see your children. Because those beliefs that you keep, those beliefs that you expect that your children would also follow, would also mirror, would also do, would also comply, with an expectation that they were going to be successful. But are they going to be successful? So when you're having a conversation with your children, are you getting attention or are you paying attention? Are you wanting your children to listen to you? To listen and listen and listen and listen, without the need for responding, without the need for speaking, without the need for challenging if what you're saying is true to them or will help them? Or are you paying attention to what they're not saying? Are you paying attention to what they're showing? Or are you paying attention towards the life that they have, if that is really something that you would want them to be? Because you know it in your heart, as a human being, as a parent, you know that you want to create a better life for your children. But what you're teaching to them is really going to help them propel to be a better version? And of course, if you're not seeing the results in there, then that is a question if you still want to continue to move forward with that. So, what do you want to do? Are you gonna get that attention, or are you gonna start paying attention? Hello, Coach Glacy. Thank you for joining. So, how to have a constructive conversation with your children? Of course, what I'm teaching here, you can also implement that to any conversations that you have. I'm teaching here what I started to realize that I've been practicing, and I want to be able to share to you because it's working for me so far by far. And my hope is you would be able to get some nuggets out of this and you would be able to practice that. You can also have this conversation with your spouse if you want to, you know. All right? Ready? Are you guys ready? Let's start with number one. When you're having a constructive conversation, choose curiosity over clash. You know, at times we get triggered by our kids when they say, when they look at us, even with that, you know, just giving you that, how do you call it? They move this thing up. And you start disagreeing with them, start, you know, throwing words into them. Your voice gets high pitch. You start clashing. We need to start being curious of why our children acts the way that they feel. Like have a curious conversation with them. Understand their perspective. You know, at work, this is one of the reasons at work why people clash because they're in defensive mode. Like wall up everything, you know, all of the guns out there, shields, what have you, missiles, you know, grenade launchers and so on. Hey, stop. Stop. No one is right and no one is wrong. Because we're talking about perspective. What is on the other side of the fence of your children? What do they see that you don't see? What do they hear that you don't hear? What do they know that you don't know? And what do they feel that you don't feel? Number two, treat discussions like climbing a wall and not a cage fight. You know, at times you get easily triggered by your children. Then suddenly you go into war mode, fight mode. You know, you start wearing those gloves and you start changing your clothes and you want to battle with me? Come on, I'll fight you. Constructive conversations are not cage fight. It's like climbing a wall that, of course, you will struggle. The first, you know, feet probably it's okay, but as you continue to progress ahead because you want to overcome that, you want to move forward to the next level, it starts being painful. It starts being challenging. It starts being, you know, tiresome. But in any relationship that you have, even in your marriage, and even if you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, with your parents even, it's not a walk in the park. And you shouldn't be fighting in the first place. Because there's difference in perspective. Like, let me work with you. Let me climb that wall, you know, see where you're at. Oh, where is your challenge? Oh, here. Oh, okay. I don't have anything to grasp here. Oh, I might fall here and so on. Up until such time that you go over that. That just changes the way that you have a conversation. And lastly, anchor on your purpose. Like, what is your purpose of having a conversation in the first place? Is your purpose to prove that your child is wrong? Is your purpose to help your child understand that what they're doing is not serving them? I didn't say it's wrong. I said it's not serving them. Because there are things that we do as a parent, as an individual, that our children are mirroring, but we don't know that. But we know that it's something that they continuously do. It will not reap the fruits that they are sowing. So, what is your purpose? Every time you have or you go to a conversation, every time you approach your children, every time you have this urge to talk to them, ask yourself, what is my purpose in this conversation? I talk about self leadership, which is being intentional. Like, what kind of experiences are you trying to give to your children? Something to think about. So, what's the best response for your teenager when you are about to explode? Yeah. If you are going about to skyrocket and go to outer space and back with a bang, don't do that. I will just give you one tip that you can start implementing. Yes, a simple question that you can ask your child, and it also allows you to pause. All right, are you ready? Here, ask your teenage children if things are not going well, if things are not sitting well with them. What can you share that could help me see what you see? What can you share to me that you could help me see what you see? Because in any relationship, there's always a difference in perspective. There is difference out there. And if we're able to support our children to verbalize their thoughts, to verbalize their feelings, to verbalize their perspective with a simple, powerful questions, just allows you to have a deeper understanding of what they are thinking about, what they're going through, and what are the things that they are in need of support from you as a parent. If you want to change the future, you need to change yourself so that you can change your children. That is the way to go. It's not about changing the government, changing the politicians. No. Change your children because your children will influence other people outside. But of course, that begins with you. Understand to be understood. So maybe you're in the stage right now where you're trying to figure out, how am I going to help my teenage son or daughter? Because I really don't know what they want to do in life. They're not talking to me. They're not sharing anything to me. They're just doing all of these things in their room, doing this and that, and so on and so forth. You got a lot of different reasons why you would just be, saying a lot of different things. I'll give you one solution. Simple solution that you can start doing, you can start investing. Invest in yourself, invest in your children. Come on. When was the last time that you invested with your children? Not the material things, not school, not all of this. Investing on your growth so that your children would grow. One solution. Inviting you, join us. Co-actively co-create life coach certification program. If you want to learn how to ask powerful questions, if you want to start seeing your heart, if you want to start seeing purpose, if you want to have a meaningful and fulfilling life, be a life coach. You might say, Coach, I'm not into, earning money. Don't need. Utilize this for your children. Utilize this to change your conversation. Utilize this to change your relationship. Utilize this to be peaceful and harmonious with your children and with yourself too. As a parent, coaching will help you reestablish positive family relationships. The time that we lost because of the work that we do, the time that we lost because of disappointments, the time that we lost because of not so good things that we say that we do. This one will help you. Also help you improve lines of communication. I mean, communication is key. If you want to see your child successful, communication, communicate. Of course, question there is how to communicate, which is life coaching will help. Also helps you builds confidence and self-efficacy with your parents, with the parents, and also with the children. Of course, the conversation, when it's a constructive conversation, when the child feels that they're heard, you will be heard too. And of course, developing problem solving skills and creativity skills. We all need this. Master Coach is teaching us creativity. You need to create more than you consume. Teach your children to create more than what they consume. Or maybe you're not ready yet for coaching, but you need a coach. So what do you need to start considering? You're someone that, okay, I need help. I don't know where I would need help because, I talked to a lot of people already, but it seems that things that they're saying to me is not working. Well, hire a coach to help you. If you need to work on behavior problems, stress-related parenting issues is one help maybe that you need. Maybe you need help in developmental activities, how you can support your children emotionally. I teach, by the way, emotion coaching. That is where my coaching is anchored towards, to teach you how to manage your emotions. Parenting during transitions and crisis, currently we're in crisis. It helps you really during this hardship and also practical problems. How you can create a plan for your children so that you can care for their education problems, their childcare issues. Maybe you're too busy with your work, but you need to support them. A lot of different things that you need to juggle around as a parent, especially for the moms out there. This is how or why you would need a coach. I am a product of life coaching. I have a coach with me, a personal growth coach. I have also invested in business coaching, which, by the way, I still need work on. But you need a coach. So if you think this is something that would work for you, this is something that would help you, this is something that would empower you to finally be the parent that you want to be and you want to see, join us. Connect with Coach Giselle. You see her in the comment section. 0917-586-1661. Or if you're not ready yet to have a conversation, maybe you just want to type in there, send her an email, connect@mastercoacha.com. Join the profession. A lot of children are in need of desired help for them to be listened to. Because the more that we listen to them, the more that they listen to us. That is really the power of life coaching. Changes the way that you see yourself. And also, if you are a mom or a man, if you want to beautify yourself without the makeup and so on, coaching is a beautification project. It would allow you just to look good and feel good at the same time. So thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope you've learned something out of this. If you're able to get some nuggets and wisdom in here, please do share that with other people. Share that in your page, your timelines. Hashtag pack my bag moments. Share it. Share it with others. Sharing is caring. Let's bless more people in the digital space. And let's make the change. God has given us the talent, the skills, the heart to connect with people. Be the change that you want to see. As I end this conversation, of course, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization. Be a professional certified life coach. Do join us for another coaching conversation later with Coach Nords. Nakita nyo dyan si Coach Nords kanina. She's gonna talk about intentional living. Ayan, I'm talking about being intentional, and she's gonna talk about how you can be intentional in living your life at 2 p.m. And Coach Bibi for self-literacy at 4 p.m. Yan. If you want to start understanding who you are, how to be literate on the things that you do and say, joining Coach Phoebe at 4 p.m. I would also like to invite you to our Master Coach A's Co-Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program, which what I shared a while ago. What you will get out of it, it's a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path of achieving results in life so that you are successful and your success is inevitable in every coaching relationship. It includes a 21-day web-based journey, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live business bootcamp with senior coaching team. My Better Half coach team is the one leading that. So if you need any help, if you have any questions about the package, the program, what it comes in, the bonuses and what have you, Coach Rizal is there. Yeah, and she's able to post in the comment section the number 0917-586-1661 to discover opportunities awaiting for you in this profession and the opportunity to create a long-lasting, peaceful, harmonious relationship with your children. Be a life coach. Join us. Maraming salamat for joining me. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful, morning. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your time with your family. Once again, this is Coach Shaun from Life Coach Philippines for Coaching Think Talk. Coaches like us think and talk like this. This is us in the Philippines. Thank you very much. La bam boom, la bam boom, la bam boom. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.